Hello everyone and welcome back. So in today's video, we're going to be looking at ticketing systems. If you've never used ticketing systems, after this video, you'll be able to add ticketing experience to your CV and be able to prove to recruiters and employers that you have experience in using ticketing systems. This is very critical for IT roles. I've made a little note about ticketing. So basically, ticketing uh, is a concept in ITSM process. ITSM is IT service management. So it is tickets are used to track incidents, service requests, problems, and changes throughout their life cycle. So a ticket is essentially a record or a log of an event or an incident. So a ticket can be raised by a user, it can be raised by a user, a client, can be also raised by a system. So a system can fire up a ticket. So, uh, ticketing systems in organizations uh, help organizations to log incidents and requests, prioritize incidents, assign them to the party that is supposed to treat those incidents. So, in organizations, you would typically have some organizations you have level 1, level 2, level 3 IT support, depending on how it's structured. So, this ticket is designed in such a way that they can go to a particular level to be treated, to track and report as well, for escalation, service level management, and also, yeah, all of that. Some popular ones that you find out there are ServiceNow, Jira, uh, uh, so ServiceNow, you have Zendesk as well, yeah, BMC Remedy. So there are a bunch of ticketing tools out there. So today the one I'm going to be showing you how to use today is Peppermint. So it's a very basic ticketing tool that you can set up. So basically, if you're getting into a new organization, if you're employed in an organization, you might not be the one to set it up. Sometimes you might be the one to set it up, depending on what type of organization that is. So you might not be the one to set it up. It might already be set up. So I'm just going to guide you quickly on how to set this up, and then we'll get started. So I'm going to be doing this on my Amazon console. You can as well do this on your, if you have a VMware or VirtualBox, you can easily do this on a Linux, machine. So I'm going to go to EC2 and set up Ubuntu virtual machine quickly. Okay, I'll name this my ticketing app, right? So I'm going to select Ubuntu for the operating system, and I'm going to just leave all these things as default so that will be fast. I'm going to allow HTTPS and HTTP. I want to be as fast as possible, and then I'm going to launch this instance. I already have a key pair. I'll proceed without key pair launch instance. So this is going to take a few minutes to launch, and we'll go and check the progress in the EC2 console. So we'll go to instances and check it's still initializing. So we'll take a little break and let this complete. So while it's initializing, I'll take you to Peppermint. Peppermint is the one we're going to be using, and Peppermint, the website is peppermint.sh for Peppermint Labs ticketing software. If you go here and click on Get Started, it will take you to their documentation file where you would see, all you need to set this up. So we're going to be setting it up in Docker, and then so that we can easily get it up and running. Okay, so that's about it. Let's check if the EC2 instance is completed. All right, it's still initializing, so I'll pause and then come back when it's done. All right, so it's done. As you can see, I'll go ahead and start or connect to my instance. So our instance is up and running. So I'll clear this out. Then I'll try to update it so that we can get started. So sudo apt-get update. This might take a few seconds to update. So this is done. Next thing we'll do is to try and install Docker. So what we'll do here is sudo apt install docker.io, and then we'll also run the installation for Docker Compose. So the installation for Docker has started. To take a few minutes, and then we'll go ahead to create the ticketing system. To create the ticketing system, we'll need this configuration file, because this is how it's going to be initiated on Docker. All right, it's completed. So we'll clear this out. So we're going to make a new directory for the ticketing system, right? So ticketing system. So that directory is created. All right. So let's navigate into our newly created directory, cd. So now that we are in the newly created directory, the next thing we are going to do is to create a file for the configuration that we've got from the Peppermint Labs website. So what we're going to do here, we're going to do nano to create a file, do nano docker, nano docker compose .yml. So it's going to be a YAML file. So once we've done this, we're going to copy this configuration file, and then we're going to do paste here. So we've pasted in this configuration file now. Then we're going to exit out of this, click on Y. Right. So we've done that. If we take a look at the file, if we do ls in that directory, we're going to see our docker compose file. If I do cat, so this is the current content of that file. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to run the YAML file. So what we're going to do is nano, we're going to do docker -compose up -d to start up the Docker file. Okay, that didn't work. We have a permission issue. So we'll do sudo, so our Docker file, our Docker application is kickstarting. We're just going to let it set up, and then we're going to navigate to the login page for the ticketing system. So you might not need to set up a ticketing system in your environment. Coming in, it might already be set up. So what you just need to do, what they'll need to do is to create an account for you and assign tickets to you. If you have to set it up, then you would find out what ticketing system is suitable for your environment. Then you could set it up however you please. In a VM, you could set it up in the cloud, or you could, however it is that is best suited for that environment. So we'll just give this a few minutes to complete, and then we'll come back. Well, that one took a very long time to complete. All right, so next is we'll confirm if all the systems, all the Docker components are up and running. So we'll do Docker PS to check. Yeah, I keep forgetting that I need to add sudo. All right. All right. So it seems our Peppermint ticketing system is up on port 3000. Okay. Next thing we need to do is go and ensure that port 3000 is allowed on our instance. So we can go to the instance and then go to security groups to ensure that. So we need to confirm what security group is being used. So launch user 3 is its security group. So we need to ensure that, okay, port 3000 is allowed in inbound routes. So what we'll do is add a rule, custom, and then we'll do 3000 custom from anywhere, and then we'll click save rule. So port 3000 is allowed now. So next thing we need to do is go back to the EC2 instance and copy our public IP address. You know, we don't have a domain name for the service, so we need to use the public IP address itself. So we copy this, and then we go to and paste it in and add port 3000, and that will be on HTTP, and then a few minutes. Fantastic. So our Peppermint service is up now. So to log in, you would need the default credentials, the email being admin@admin.com. Then you click on sign in, and the default password is 1234. Then you sign in as well. Then it will bring you to this page. You can then click on to dashboard to continue to the dashboard. So this is basically the Peppermint ticketing system. It is pretty much straightforward. So a ticketing system basically has, like, say, three main components. One, you'd have the users. Two, you'd have the tickets. And three, you would have the logs, that is the database itself. So typically, if you go to the admin settings here, you can add the users and clients. So users are basically your agents. So your IT agents would typically be users. You can add a new user by adding a name. Let's say we have a new user called John Doe. Then say John Doe as well. Password is 12345. Is an admin. Let's quickly edit that user. Admin update. Okay, he's an admin user now. So we'll go back. This is basically what you can do as an admin. So yeah, a client is someone who can raise a ticket, probably one of your employees at the organization, you know, various people that can raise tickets. So if you wanted to create a ticket, what you do is go to create ticket, and then you create the ticket. So printer issue, then you go to is an internal ticket, obviously. Then I'll assign it to John Doe, and then uh, it's just an incident, and then I'll say the printer on the first floor won't work, right? That's a pretty common ticket. So you go to create ticket, and then the ticket is created. So if I refresh, there seems to be an error. So dashboard. So yeah, on the dashboard, you see the ticket is open. If you take a look at this ticket now, you see it's the printer on the first floor won't work. Created by admin is an internal ticket, obviously, and then is assigned to John Doe. So if I happen to log in as John Doe, let's say I log off, log out. So if I were to log in as John Doe, I click john.doe@admin.com and I click on sign in, right? And then I enter his password and then click on sign in again. Then John Doe is in and I go to his dashboard. I'll see this printer issue, right? And I'll see the status is priority is normal, status is open, and is assigned to John Doe. That is myself because I've logged in as John Doe. If I go to this ticket and I treat it and say printer has been fixed, the LAN cable was unplugged, right? So let's say this is my response and I close and I comment and comment unplug, yeah. And then if I want to make it a public reply so that everyone who is attached to this ticket can see it, or I just don't want to make it a public reply and I'll do the close issue. So comment and then I've closed the tickets, right? So if I go back to his dashboard, okay, it still says that it's open. So if I want to close the ticket, close ticket. So and go to John Doe's open. So it happens to be, so if I go back to open tickets and I click on here, having a little bit of, okay, it's closed now. So if I go to closed, so you see it's closed. If I go to open, we have 0 tickets in open. If I go to dashboard, I have completed tickets as 1, unassigned 0, and open ticket. So I'm going to log out as John Doe. Then I'm going to log into the main admin account. So that will be admin.admin.com. So I'll go to at then 1, 2, 3, 4. When I sign back in and go to the dashboard, see completed tasks, completed tickets as 1, issues closed. So that's basically it. Working with ticketing systems. If you can't set up this by yourself, you might want to go with Spiceworks. Spiceworks is another ticketing platform that you can start up and have a go and see how it feels like. So you can just go to their website on Spiceworks and you go to Spiceworks and then you just go in there, register an account for the Spiceworks ticketing tool, and then you'll be able to basically do the same thing on Spiceworks. So you have the ticketing part where you can register, where you can open a ticket. This is the registered organization. You enter the uh, you can enter the contact summary description and set the ticket priority to high, medium, low, and category is unspecified. At this point, you can set it to email, hardware, maintenance, network, order, printer, software, whatever it is you choose to set it as. And then you can create the ticket. So let's say printer issue issue. So I'll do that summary, same contact, let's say I'm the contact. Okay, and I create this ticket as hi. Then it's gonna pop up here as a created ticket, and we're gonna see it here. You can also reassign the ticket to someone else assignee. You can change who it's assigned to someone else, and then when you've resolved the ticket, you can as well as close the ticket from here. Wait for user, you can merge it with another ticket, you can delete the ticket. So that's basically it on ticketing. It's a very important skill for those going into level 1 IT support, level 2 IT support, level 3. At any level it is, even in cybersecurity roles, you also work with ticketing tools. So it's a very important skill that you need to have on your CV. And if you're able to set this up on your own, create a few tickets. At the end of it, you should be able to add this to your CV and say, I have such and such skills. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a like or share, and do subscribe to get notifications when I drop another video. Thank you so much.